All right, you ready?
Mm-mm.
How about now?
No.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Captain Cook. Today we're talking about Breaking Bad Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10, 4 days out, and over? Is it over? It's over.
I didn't know the name of the episode. I would have helped.
I couldn't remember.
I was wondering if you were going to be able to spit that out before it was done going...
No, the theme song's a lot longer when you have to talk through it. I've learned that. It seems so quick when you're watching Netflix.
Yeah.
But first, like Julie Chen says in the beginning of Big Brother,
Oh, my God.
there's a new Elcamino teaser. Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
It's more of a hype teaser. Like, yo, bitch, this is coming out soon.
Hey, go rewatch Breaking Bad. I was like, hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but so I really like the way they did it, though. It was kind of like a music video-ish way to recap all of Jesse's, like, poor things that have happened to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it came out, or actually Hess tagged us in it on Twitter.
Oh, did he? Because I didn't think I got that.
I'm pretty sure.
He tagged the wrong Jerome King.
Maybe. No, I know he at least tagged Pleeka. I thought he tagged us.
Yeah, I tweeted it out from Captain Cook podcast at Twitter. You should go follow that.
Yeah, like 4 hours after Hess did.
It was like an hour after it came out, so no.
No.
I don't think Hess sent... You tell your story. I don't think Hess sent me that.
I don't think he sent it to you. I think he...
Oh, fuck off. Tell your story.
Bitch! I didn't watch it just in case you wanted to do a video on it. No, did you just find it already?
And he did tag us and Pleeka. I swear I didn't get this notification. It's really weird. He must follow this podcast, and that's how he saw it. He tweeted it out from Lights Camera Pod.
Yeah, I saw that.
And not like Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah,
okay, so
I gave it a like to acknowledge that I saw it now.
Oh, like 10 hours later.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
But so I didn't watch it, even though I wanted to, because just in case you were going to do a video on it.
What I did was, I saw it had a name in there, so it seemed like it was like a music thing, so I started it, and I was like, okay, if it starts and it's a real trailer, I'll wait. And I was like, I figured you were going to be home soon, so I'll set up the lights and all the stuff, and we could do a trailer react.
Yeah.
And I started it, and they started out with that clip of him talking to Hank and Gomez, and I was like, oh, okay, this is just going to be a thing. And then there's music to it, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's no need for a trailer react.
So then when I got home and I watched it, I was like, oh, that was cool. I go, it's not really a trailer, but...
Yeah, it's more like, oh, you did our job for us. We're fucking recapping it on a podcast, and you do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, and theirs is probably better.
Yeah, jizz. Theirs was better.
Jizz?
Not bitch jizz, bitches.
Oh.
You could easily get those confused. That could get you in trouble.
Yeah, you're kind of a bitch, Jizz.
That would be a good rap name, too, actually. Last week, what we had was
I don't know.
Captain Jizz. Last episode. Something like that. Captain Seaman? No.
I can't remember.
We were talking about Spooge. The guy in Breaking Bad, not Seaman. But I said you might as well... Oh, I remember now. I said you might as well have called him Glass of Seaman. And then you said... You thought I said Classic Seaman. So I said, oh, that'd be a dope rap name. It's Classic Seaman.
I don't think you know good rap
So
names.
Classic Seaman and then Bitch Jizz. They team up.
And spooge all over your face.
Yeah, what would their first single be?
I just told you.
Spooge on my face?
Yeah.
Okay. On Jerome's or just spooge on your face?
Spooge on your face.
Okay. Should we get into the episodes? Think people have clicked out by now because we're talking about Jizz?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
See you later. Maybe subscribe if you want to.
If you want to hear more Jizz talk.
Breaking Bad Season 2, Episode 9, 4 days out. This, according to IMDb trivia, which is could be wrong, and anybody can type in if you make an IMDb account.
Right.
Aaron Paul's favorite episode of Breaking Bad. I don't know what time period he said that in. He could have said that like on only this and 10 have been out. So then he said as of filming, this is his favorite. But he said this is his favorite at some point.
You know, it's funny because when it started, I'm like, oh, why did they do this episode? And I'm like, oh, I love this episode. And then I watched it, like, oh, this episode's really good. And then I watched the next episode. And then right before we came in here, I was thinking, you know, nothing really happened. They were just kind of filler episodes. But that's not true.
Yeah, they seem filler, but a lot of it is for stuff later on.
Yeah.
Like finale type stuff.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, like, is Gus in the season? Like, I'm pretty sure. Then I remembered. I was like, oh, yeah, they do the meat and all that. Like, in an episode or two, he's going to be laughing, crying under his basement, or under the house thing he just drilled. looking like a crazy man because his money stuff's gone and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But so this episode starts out Walt's getting a cat CT scan. They make sure of that.
Yeah.
And the entire family's there. Marie says, I just one look at that, I could read it. She said that, and it really scared Walt later on.
Yeah.
But she says that he goes in and gets it, and he asks the technician. He's like, "Hey, you see anything?" He's like, "I don't know. The doctors do it." And he's probably thinking, "Fucking Marie, what a lying bitch."
And then he saw the fucking.
But then he
thing on his
sees the little
lungs.
clump in his his lungs, and he's like, "Oh, I'm dead soon. That's really big."
Yeah.
So he goes and meets Saul. They talk about money laundering, and he tells Saul he only has $16,000. So then I think after Saul's cut and a couple other things, it ends up being like 9,000.
Yeah, it was like 9,900.
He says that you left your family with a used like
Subaru.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Saul, and what's weird is Bob Odenkirk said that he doesn't count, like, he talks about playing Saul and all that. He said he doesn't count Breaking Bad as, like, part of the journey, really, because, like, he said he was just Saul, and it was just, like, it was fun, but it wasn't about him, and he's just kind of here and there and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I feel like he's kind of, like, undermining his character. Like, I feel like Saul's a big part of the stuff, and, like, the show would be completely different if it wasn't for Bob Odenkirk, too.
Yeah, and it's cool how it's heightened after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But they make a plan to money launder, and then he's like, yeah, I guess I gotta just cook more. And Saul tells him, yeah, you gotta make hay while the sun is still shining. Which I don't know why that cracked me up. Walt tells Skyler he's gonna go visit his mom because he still never told her that he has cancer. Which,
Right.
as far as I remember, she doesn't know until, like, season 3 or 4, because Skyler called her and ended up having to tell her herself. Which is when she figures out that he's lying about this and all kinds of shit. Must be 3, because 4 is way too far.
I was trying to remember if his mom ever knew.
Yeah, she doesn't find out until Skyler
It's like
calls
we
her.
ever see his mom, right?
Yeah, I never do.
So, I mean...
But yeah, he says he's going to go visit her. Jesse and Jane are laying in bed, and she wants to go to the Museum of George O'Keeffe, and apparently her paintings look like vaginas. And then Walt calls Jesse after he says, yeah, sure, I'll go to the museum with you, whatever. And says, you got to go get supplies and do this and that. And then Jesse's like, why? Blah, blah, blah. And he lies to him and tells him that their methylamine is going bad.
Yeah.
Which I like that Jesse actually caught on to this later on.
Yeah, like 3 days later.
After they're already stuck in the desert and he starts being delusional. But yeah, so he lies to him about that. This is where, Sopranos stole this from Breaking Bad. Skyler drops Walt off at the airport, and then instantly Jesse picks him up in the RV.
Right. Which in Sopranos, someone pretends like they're
They're getting dropped off somewhere, and their friend picks him up or whatever.
Yeah, and then he kills the guy.
Mm-hmm. They ripped off Breaking Bad.
Yeah, three years prior.
Yeah, they knew it. They were in Vince Gilligan's mind. They had him like locked in a basement. Jesse throws his keys on the workstation, and Walt gives him some shit for it. So he goes and puts his keys in the ignition to wait there. You think that was a good idea?
No. And then, you know what, I never noticed it before, how it pans down and shows the red light go.
Yeah.
And then later when he...
Yeah, he's like, it didn't do the clicky thing. Did you hear the clicky thing?
Yeah, buzzing. Is
Buzzing, yeah.
But I was thinking about, like, if I had left my keys in my car, it's not going to make a noise unless I open the door.
That's what I thought, yeah. So we get a montage of them cooking meth. After all that, which, by the way, that's the last meth montage we get in the RV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's that on IMDb. So if there's another one that proves IMDb's wrong.
Who'll even remember?
No.
Oh.
It also said that Aaron Paul didn't drink water for a whole day or two to film this scene to get into character.
You drank Gatorade?
Maybe. I think it's about this season. I think it was the first 2 seasons, which was like 3 years for Aaron Paul, because they did the pilot and the year later and all that. He was like really into playing Jesse, and like he'd go like around town where there's like meth dealers and like ask them for cigarettes and like live on the street a bit and like do stuff like that. And it was probably around this time, maybe season 3, that Bryan Cranston was like, hey, you could leave the character on set and go home and live your life, right? And then he started getting out of it, but like he says he like really gets into his characters. So he's probably like hanging out with a lot of robots right now, since he's filming Westworld,
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
You're not supposed to know they're robots.
That's true. Maybe if he's a robot, then maybe he's hanging out with a bunch of humans.
Do you think he'll say bitch in Westworld?
Oh, he better say bitch. If he doesn't say bitch in Westworld, that's going to be so disappointing.
I saw that Elcamino is Spanish for the path or something.
Yeah. I saw it has people said that because Vince Gilligan always does multiple meanings in his titles and stuff. So that's because I think that's the car he's driving away with at the end of the trailer. It's the path or whatever, and there's like one other meaning for it, but I don't
So
remember.
does that
what it
mean that it's the same as his Hulu series?
was. That's funny.
Yeah.
I started watching that because Mom was begging me and begging me and begging me. And I was like, it's Aaron Paul. I'll give it a try. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I saw on Twitter that it got canceled.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, okay, I guess I'm not going to watch it. And then I told Mom, and she's like, well, you should still watch it because it's a good show. I go, but, like, does it seem like it could be the ending from the last season? And she's like, no, not really. And I was like, well, then I'm not watching it. I don't want to get into that show and then be pissed off. Like, I'm fine. I'm 2 episodes in. I don't care.
Right.
And then he went in Westworld. So now I'm glad the show's canceled.
Yeah.
Because if that wasn't, he probably wouldn't be in it.
That's true.
It seemed interesting, though, like him like in cult-ish stuff.
It looked kind of interesting just because I like Aaron Paul.
Did you ever watch his Need for Speed movie? It was like his kind of Fast and Furious.
No.
It wasn't very good, but it was like cool watching it because it's like you kind of still envisioned him as Jesse doing stuff.
That's kind of
He gets fucked over, and it seemed totally like they wanted him to be Jesse. Like he gets fucked over, goes to jail because of his friends, and bad stuff happens to him. But then he still has to do this race around the world.
Oh, really?
It's very cheesy, but it's entertaining only because it's Aaron Paul. There's someone else in it too. Like his girlfriend's popular, but I can't remember who she is. But yeah, so they figure out that it's gonna be $672,000 each.
Oh, for all the meth.
For all the meth, which is pretty good amount of money. And then Walt's like, the dinners kick off, and Jesse's like, oh, good time, bitch. And then Walt's like, no, we're still gonna cook.
Yeah, well, it's nuts.
Yeah, like that should be enough.
Although, like to him, he's gonna die in 4 days or whatever.
That's true. So might as well make as much as he can for his
It's not
family.
like he's gonna die in 4 days, but that's what they made it seem like.
Mm-hmm. Well, he thinks it's going quicker too, and all that. Cause all things cupping up blood. Jesse talks Walt into taking the night off. Just making sure I know my key. He talks him into taking the night off. So they go start the car. RV, it doesn't work. They get in a whole fight.
I wanted to leave them on the counter, bitch.
And it kicks off into one of the best episodes.
It's funny because they're both right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
they would have
been
been so
fine.
bad at communicating too, because like Walt yelled at him for that. So he's like, "Fine, fuck y'all, let's put him over here." But like, if Walt would have just not bitched at that, or like told him to put it somewhere else, or if Jesse would have not been mad at him, like,
yeah,
there's so many ways around
and
it.
Jesse knows he fucked up, but
Mhm.
but because Walt was a dick, then he's blaming him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked how Walt's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I should have known because of your idiocy not to do that because you would have put him in the ignition."
I like when he was this. He knew right away. He's like, "Tell me you didn't put him in the ignition for 2 days."
That was pretty funny. Walt siphons out the gas from the RV generator, which I love. Jesse goes,
Does it taste bad?
"How's it taste? Bad, huh?"
Yeah.
And Walt just looks at him like, "I could fucking kill you right now."
Yeah. He and I like how Jesse blamed Walt because next the generator's gonna blow up,
Mm-hmm.
and Jesse blames Walt when Jesse's the one who poured the fucking gasoline.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
like, "What? Did you hook it up wrong or something?"
yeah, he like poured gasoline on the top of it.
But yeah, so after they do that, generator blows up. Jesse pours all the water onto it, and then Walt comes out with the fire extinguisher. That's like 4 fuck ups in a row for Jesse.
Yeah, the water was a bad one because then 2 seconds later he comes out with the where did he think Walt went?
Walt was just hiding in the RV. But Jesse talks him into letting him use his phone to call Skinny Pete, which I wonder about this. He made it such a big deal that Skylar checks his phone and blah, blah, all this stuff. So if she checks it, isn't it going to have the location and show that he wasn't wherever his mom lives in that weekend and made a phone call? Because he said, "Oh, she won't know it's a random phone call. It's a short blah, blah."
I don't think it would give a location.
You don't think so?
No, not on the phone bill.
Okay. Well, you win this one.
I'm trying to think. I mean, no one even looks at their phone bill nowadays, but
It's because Skylar does, apparently.
yes, I mean back then you'd get a paper one, but I think it would just give a number that
I guess it is a lot of information to give you, just tell you what number and how long or whatever, probably.
Yeah. They're like, oh, he was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It's a night now. Jesse calls Skinny Pete again.
I fucked up the thing that I asked you to do.
Oh, you did. You're supposed to remind me. Here, so where is it at? What button is it? Right here. So they're doing the generator originally, and they're yanking on it.
Before it blows up.
Yeah, before it blows up, and then Walt goes to Jesse.
Really pull, not like a girl.
Let's see. Told you to do that, and then I said, cause usually I type in to remind myself to hit the button on here.
Well, I jumped ahead.
Yeah.
And
so
then when we went over it, I did. Because that reminded me of me and you.
Because you call me a girl all the time?
Well, because you throw like a girl, so I imagine you
Yeah.
pull like a girl.
I'm pretty sure you use another word, not a girl. So Jesse calls Skinny Pete again, and he's out, and he's like, yeah, you going there? You going there? Oh, you passed the river, okay. And then Walt's like,
What river?
and then Jesse's like, wait, yeah, what river? And then click, click, phone's gone.
Yeah. Skinny Pete.
That's when they-
not good with directions.
At that point,
Although, to be fair, Jesse's directions are horrible. You take this to there, and then you go past the arrows.
that's how I would give the directions. I can't call him out for that.
Jesus.
I'd be like if I was telling you how to get to, like, let's see, where would I tell you to get to? If I was telling you how to get to, like, Walmart past our house, I'd say, okay, you go down to the Circle K, then you turn right, and you keep going until you see a QT. Once you get just a little bit past the QT, you turn left into there, then you're in the Walmart parking lot.
If you can't find fucking Walmart from here.
Someone asked me once when I was with Mauser by his. We were watching someone's house for his grandma or something.
Mm-hmm.
As we were about to leave, someone pulled up and goes, "Hey, do you guys know where there's a Walmart around here?"
Wow.
And then we couldn't figure out how to tell the guy to get there
Shut the fuck up.
because like
You're like, I'm not at home, so I don't know where to go.
I was like, I'm 4 years old, dude, so I can't tell you anything.
And it was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Jesse wakes up and Walt's gone. And he gets outside and Walt's like cranking the generator.
I couldn't remember how they got out of the situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this one quite well.
Like I forgot. Like as soon as he said, like I remember the beginning part, but when he towards the end when he's like, "Come on, you're smart, think of something,"
Mhm.
and then they make the battery. I'm like, "Oh yeah, now I remember." But
wow. So Walt's a coughing fit. Jesse figures out that they're really there because Walt's gonna die soon, not because the methylamine went bad. They get back into the RV to start it, and then it just turns right back off. So all that generator working days and days and days, mostly hours, not days.
yeah,
But nothing, didn't even work. So the camera, I noticed this. So there, after that, the camera kind of it pans a lot outside the RV. But one time it goes by, and it's slowly going by. There's just a fucking dead fox on the floor.
I don't remember seeing the fox.
It was really weird. I've never noticed that before, but there's just a fox there. Walt starts to break, and he's talking about how he can't keep his life straight anymore, blah, blah, saying all this stuff, telling Jesse how they're going to die and all this stuff. And Jesse gets up and goes, "You made poison out of beans, yo." Told him, "Also, you could do this, make a new battery." And he's like, "No, wait, make us a spaceship and we'll fly out of here." And then he's just going off to like random shit. He's like, "Oh, you know what? Turn us into aliens. We'll go to Mars." Starts saying all kinds of weird shit. And he's like, "Wait, do you have any change on you?" And she's like, yeah. He tells him to go get change. I think he tells him to get the brake pads, nuts, bolts, all kinds of shit. They end up making a new battery. And this is one of my favorite scenes. He's telling him, he's like explaining all this stuff like he does with Walter Jr. later on, and neither one of them know anything he's talking about.
Good, and now, what shall we use to conduct this beautiful current with? What one particular element comes to mind? Wire. Copper.
They get the RV started. Jesse takes him back to the airport and asks him if he can trust him. And before he can even finish the sentence, Jesse's like, yeah. I'll give your share to your family.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Why would he even ask?
Yeah, which like that just shows that because later on this season, Walt's gonna keep Jesse's money and not give it to him. I think it's the last episode, maybe the one right before the last. And then Jane yells at him, and he ends up bringing it back because Jane threatens him and all this shit. But I was like, now he's asking, if I die, if I'm not in the picture anymore, you gave my money? Jesse, before he even says his sentence, Jesse's like, oh yeah, because he catches him and Jane doing heroin or whatever. So he's like, I'm not giving it to you till you get clean. But like, he kind of says that after the fact. He kind of is just hiding and stuff, and he's like, it's my money, bitch, give it to me. But I thought that was kind of funny. Like, I noticed that he's like,
Jesse said because Jesse
do it.
and Jane are gonna move somewhere and then just live on that for the rest of their lives and get high on heroin, right?
Yeah, until Walter White steps in. Which I think there's a tease to that next episode. I'll bring it up. Everyone's together again. They get the results that Walt's tumor is shrunken by 80%. And then he goes to the bathroom and beats the shit out of the little towel thing.
Yeah, that was weird. He kind of lost his mind right
It
there.
always grosses me out in movies and stuff when they're punching stuff like that, like a metal thing, and then there's just like a little tiny smear of blood on the metal, like
That grosses you out?
a
Of
little
all
bit. I don't know
things?
why. I don't know why the little bit of blood is just like, oh, that's kind of gross. I think it grosses me out in a way because I'm like, I feel like that would really hurt. So I'm like, I don't want like it. You know, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little. It's weird. But
Yeah. It's like if you see someone get their Achilles tendon cut, you're like, oh, gross.
yeah, that's fucking gross.
It's like similar, I think.
No.
It's weird because like I can watch like Keanu Reeves stab someone in the eyeball part of their eye, like eat their eye and shit. And I'm like, oh, fucking cool.
yeah,
Get him, Keanu.
but
But that
Bryan
that
Cranston
I'm like,
punched a
that I'm
metal
like, oh,
box.
that's kind of gross. Like it's not. I don't like look away or anything, but I'm just like,
he
that's
hit
kind of
it,
gross.
he hit it so hard it affected him the next episode.
Oh, that's why he was doing that. I thought he was just like drunk and dizzy. I never even thought of that.
Fucking wow.
I was trying to see if I had a button for that, but I got nothing except for maybe.
You're a pussy.
It's the closest thing I could think of.
So no.
Yeah, nothing. It opens up with the bear montage, opening intro.
Oh, okay.
Just a bear's like dancing Breaking Bad. Ooh, it's Breaking Bad.
God, there's something wrong with you.
But yeah, we found that's our third one of the season. Remember we said there's so many of these,
So
and
they're
you're
in
like, oh my
30
god.
30% of the episodes.
Oh, when are they gonna stop doing this and just show us what happened? It's happened 3 times.
Yeah, we're fucking retarded.
You know what Walter Jr. would say to us if he heard us complaining about this?
If he's
You're a pussy.
really, that doesn't even make sense.
Maybe he'd go.
Why don't you just fucking die already?
That barely makes sense.
Those are my only 2 Walter Jr. things.
You need more Flynn, I guess. Get him throwing up.
Oh, I should have a pun from throwing up. Why didn't I do that? You want to know what Hector would say if we we're like, oh my god, can you guys hurry up with that?
He only dings it if it's yes. Then hurry up.
It's hard to like have a conversation with you when you like correct me in the middle.
Because like he wouldn't say anything if it was no.
Ask me a yes or no question.
Do you like dick?
Dick.
Yeah. Okay.
Dick.
No.
Sorry, I got excited. So there's bears. They're picking up the bear, other items like Walt's glasses and shit.
How do you know they're Walt's glasses?
They look like his glasses. They're probably not, but he's in the backyard when it happens, so he got scared and threw him off because he turns into Superman and flies away.
No.
But then they pick up bodies. There's 2 dead bodies next to Walt's cracked windshield in the front that they're like, hey, you think this is Jesse Pinkman and Walter White?
It'd be weird that he died in his driveway in season 2.
Yeah.
But
You know what always gets
But
me
we
with,
probably
like,
fell for
with like
it.
black and white stuff? It's like Sin City. Whenever they have black and white stuff, and then like there's a bit of it colored, I could be watching like someone murder my mom, but like when the blood flies out of her, it's red. I'd be like, oh, that's kind of neat. 'Cause, like the bear's pink, but everything's black and white. That always gets me.
oh, I didn't even notice.
How do you not notice? You're colorblind, so it probably looks all gray to you because you're a fucking dog. You're like, oh, I didn't even know the bear was pink.
I mean,
Oh, I'm stupid.
it didn't even like cross my mind. So obviously, I didn't think it looked neat. A pink burnt bear with one eye floating in a pool.
I can't even fucking believe you.
Why can't you believe me?
How did you not notice that everything's black and white and there's a pink bear?
I don't know.
Like, are you that dumb?
I'm colorblind.
Maybe you knew the bear was pink, you just said.
Yeah, I can't explain it.
All right. Well, Walt shaves his head, and then Skylar discusses with him, are you going to go back to work? And she doesn't want him to, which in like an hour or so she's going to want him to.
Yeah, he fucking lost his mind in this episode.
I get he lost his mind, but I also bugged the shit out of me when she was like, oh, don't go to work, take a nap, blah, blah, blah. Hey, go to work, bitch. Cause like he would have went to work, and then he wouldn't have gone crazy in this house, but then you made him lose his mind because he was bored.
Yeah, but I mean, can't he like get a hobby?
Yeah, go play Xbox or something, Walt.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
Jesus.
play Call of Duty and start fucking yelling at little kids.
I don't know if that was was it? I guess the 360 would have been out at this time. So yeah, he could have gone and yelled at little kids. He goes, I'm the one who knocks, bitch. Quick scope.
That's just weird.
He would say something like that. But she wants to throw him a party, And then she yells, Walt's not supposed to do anything. He gets brownie points if he takes a nap.
I need one that like brownie points if I take a nap.
You do that every day, so you get a lot of brownie points. Do you only spend brownie points on brownies? Or what are they for?
I don't know. I don't get brownie points, so.
Well, you get 4 brownie points if you can go the rest of this podcast without insulting me.
Fuck.
So we'll see by the end of this. But not even a minute after all that, he like looks at a book, flips it upside down or whatever, and then he calls Jesse to meet.
Yeah.
But he tells Jesse about his remission and about how they're going to sell everything that they have left and then go on their way and never meet again.
And they're out of business.
And then credits. No more show anymore.
I believe him.
Me too. He's not going to kill any other people.
He almost seems disappointed that he's not going to die.
Mm-hmm. You can't really tell if it's because he's like, fuck, I got into this business, I killed like 3 people, blah, 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 blah. Or if it's like, now I need a new excuse to continue doing this and I got nothing.
To me, that's B. That's
Yeah, but I'm saying in the show, like at the time watching it, you don't really know why he's like that way.
Yeah.
After watching the whole show, you're just like, oh yeah, because he wants to do this all the time. You can tell by the end of this episode too a little bit. But I'm talking about like first few.
He likes being a badass.
Yeah.
You know?
Who doesn't like being a badass? I mean, I'm a badass every day.
I want my brownie points.
I'm just trying to set you up.
Yeah, I don't need to
Let's
be
see.
set up. Alright, fuck off.
Dick.
Party at Walt's place. Walt gives an awkward speech. He's like, yeah, I got cancer. And I was like, why me?
I got that speech. That makes sense to me.
What, if you get cancer and you're like, fuck, I'm going to die, no. And then you don't get cancer and you're like, well, your cancer's going away. And you're like, fuck, I'm going to live, no.
No, I think he means like, well, I probably should have died. Why do I get saved? Because I'm the one who makes the best meth, and I have to continue this quest to make more meth.
It's because God was like, well, fuck, I really like your show. Okay, here's some remission.
Yeah.
But by season 5, it's going to come back, and you're going to go to a fucking cabin, okay? And he's like, okay, Jesus, God, whoever I'm talking to.
I'm just going to pretend like that didn't happen. So, I mean, I understood what he said.
You know,
everyone else was like,
you know what Jesse would have yelled to him when he was giving that speech?
No.
Jesus! Just grow some fucking balls!
That's weird. Why would he quote Walt?
Because that's the only person Walt said that to, so that's why.
Uh,
Yeah, so he gives an awkward speech that you loved. And then he gets Walter Jr. drunk. That was really awkward.
it was super
Because it just
awkward.
goes on.
It would have been cool if they'd
on.
have been drinking Dos Hombres.
That'd have been a little weird considering it wasn't invented yet, but I get what you're
just
saying. Yeah, but they do that. He's like, is this the one with the worm in it? And they're like, no, that's mezcal, blah, 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 which is funny. I wonder if, like, that's a coincidence that they brought up mezcal on... Is it mezcal? How do you say it?
Mezcal.
Mezcal. Mezcal?
Yeah. I mean, you're butchering the fuck out of it.
Mezcal.
It's M-E...
I mean,
Oh,
it's right here.
Oh.
Mezcal. But I don't know how to say it because I'm stupid.
What? Mezcal.
Mezcal.
It's mezcal.
And you know, I have a speech impediment. I'm a disabled boy.
You are a disabled boy.
Let me get that tattooed on my... You know how the Joker has, like... What's it? Damaged on his forehead? I'm gonna get... I'm a disabled boy on my forehead.
Backwards.
Yeah. So I can only read it when I'm in the mirror. Whenever I'm in a mirror, I can read my forehead. But yeah, he gets Walter Jr.
You
drunk.
can put a mirror on his back.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a mirror on Amir's back and look at myself while I'm plowing him with my...
Dick.
Yeah,
Are we done now?
So he gets his son drunk.
I wish I could get my
And-
son drunk.
Hank was like,
Shut the fuck up.
and there's 2 bottles of something in here.
Drink something and throw up.
Why do you pick the pool too? Like of all places.
Well, are you supposed to throw up?
Turn to the side. Over there to the side.
Where's the last place you threw up?
I honestly don't know when the last time I threw up. Oh, it was in Mima's backyard because I ate wasabi.
And where'd you throw up?
In the rocks, not in her pool.
Hmm.
Right next to her pool, but in the rocks. So,
Why didn't you just throw up in the toilet?
because I wanted the lighting to be good outside and stuff, and
Oh, you were
people
recording
were
it.
filming me, yeah. But where were we? Oh, yeah, he's doing it. I didn't understand. Hank acted like he was pouring acid on his fingers when he covered the bottle and he poured it on. He's like, ah, and like,
Well, because
and
he
then
didn't want
flipped
tequila
the
on
alcohol.
his fingers.
Maybe he's protecting a young boy from getting poisoned
Oh.
by alcohol.
It was a losing battle.
Yeah,
Once he's pouring it, it's going in the cup. Your fingers are going to stop.
not
that.
if he went. He should have went. Flipped the cup away.
Hank was trying his hardest to be nice.
Yeah, he really was. And Walt was not having it. I liked in the argument, or in like that little spiff they had. It's tiff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Spiff, tiff, same thing.
Tip spiff.
Potato, tomato. They're fighting, and then Walt goes, "Why are you looking at him?"
I like that too.
Because Walter Jr. always is like, "What are you gonna do, Hank?" He wants
Yeah.
to blow Hank. He wants to suck Hank's.
Dick.
Yeah, actually, my favorite part is when it was all done, Walt Jr. throws up. Sky
Oh,
was
and
helping.
he's that little smile he has at the end.
Yeah.
He's like, "I won, bitches," and took a shot. Yeah, he says later on when he apologizes to Skylar, he's like, "I don't know who that guy was. It wasn't me. I don't know."
It's
But that
Heisenberg.
was the real you. Heisenberg is what he's really like.
Yeah.
And he,
Now.
and it's just coming out in other places.
Yeah.
So this part is the teaser, I thought. Jesse's making Jane breakfast. Really shitty breakfast too, from the looks of it. She walked out, and he goes, "Oh, you're not supposed to wake up." And she goes, "Like ever?" And I was like, "Oh, is that a hint?"
What is wrong with
I
you?
can't talk. Because a few episodes, she's gonna die in bed and not wake up.
She should have thrown up in the pool.
She tried to throw up, and Walt was like, "No, don't, or do it, put on yourself and choke on it."
I mean, I know Walt didn't help her, but she's still the one who threw up in her mouth and
Yeah,
choked on
but
it.
cause like she was on her side and then rolled over and then started puking. He could have been like, "Doot," and then got
Yeah.
out of there.
But
But he didn't. He's like, "No, I'll let her die because Jesse's dependent on her. He's gonna go away with her. She's in charge of him. She dies, he'll come crawling back to me, baby."
If she lives, it's not as good as that show.
If she lives, they would have found a way to keep Jesse in. They wouldn't have let him run off to
No.
Brazil or wherever he wants
It's
to
not
go.
Walt's fault that she did heroin.
Oh,
with
look
Jesse.
at you big Walt defender. Oh, I'm Nick. And Walt doesn't do anything wrong.
No, he does a lot of things wrong.
Everything against Walt is fake news.
So it's just they're innocent.
Yes, they were just minding their own business, doing heroin, and Walt was there. If someone's about to die and you're looking at it and you can prevent it without harming yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and they die, it's your fault.
I don't agree with that.
Like, say.
What if you don't like him?
Well, then let him die if you don't like him.
Well, he doesn't like her.
That's true, because later on he's gonna go to Jesse and go, "I watched Jane die.
You have the worst Walt impression.
I'm Walter White, Hartwell." But yeah, so I thought that was a little tease. Walt Skull's
Well, this is never gonna end. Walt, guys,
I said Walt Skulls Kyler.
calls Skylar.
Yeah, and he apologizes for the night before, like we said. I thought this was kind of a bitchy move, but she kind of talks about it later on. She's listening to the message, and Ted walks in. She's like, "Up, click." Doesn't care. Starts talking to Ted about it.
Yeah, I mean, she cared, but I think it was more that she doesn't want him to know too. She's like embarrassed.
I think she's slowly not caring because she's gonna fuck Ted in an episode or two.
Doesn't he have to have the baby first?
Oh, maybe.
God, I hope so for Ted's sake.
I forgot you're afraid of pregnant girls.
I'm not afraid.
Did you like a couple episodes ago when she was rubbing like lotion on her pregnant belly?
No.
Walt buys a new water heater. This is where he starts to lose it. He buys a new water heater. Is it still a water heater even though if he didn't get the thingy? It's just like a box on the wall.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tankless water.
Because
heater.
I typed that in, and then he's like, "What about this thing?" And I was like, "Hope that's still water heater," because that's what I'm writing down. But when he pays for it, some of
it
his
was
cash.
a tankless water heater.
Okay, yeah. Some of his cash has blood on it.
Yeah, he kind of slowly puts that back in his pocket.
Yeah. So then Jane's looking at Jesse's old drawings of superheroes. Those are kind of neat.
Second time.
Yeah. And then Jane's dad shows up. She runs out the back, and then Jesse was like, "Oh, is this your dad?" And she's like, "Yeah, who are you?" Basically.
Yeah,
Pretends like she doesn't know him. Yeah. Jesse does not like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't like it either.
yeah, it was kind of a dick move on her part.
Yeah.
Maybe Walt should have let her die now.
See?
As Walt's putting away his tools, he noticed he showed Walter Jr. all the shit. I didn't write that down because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He's putting away his tools, and he notices he has like rubbery, wet wood, and he's like stabbing and poking holes in it and
Which-
stuff.
It's. I get it. Like, he's like, all right, I fixed the water heater. Oh, now I have to fix the floor, and I'm not going to work, so I'm just going to, and
Yeah, he's like, I gotta keep busy.
I have money. I don't have bills now, so I might as
Yeah.
well fix stuff. But the fact that he's surprised that the wood is like that.
Yeah, I was like, but there was water filled in it. You flicked it up even too. Like, how do you not think that was gonna be like that?
Yeah, that was my only question.
He's got rubber wood. Jane and Jesse get in a fight about how.
He's got rubber wood.
Yeah, his wood's all rubbery. No, I did that. I mean, he's poking hole. Whatever. Oh man, this is a podcast. Jane and Jesse get in a fight about how she treated him with her dad. She's like, I was protecting you. But really, she was afraid. She was afraid to introduce Jesse to her dad. Because she knows that looking at Jesse, you can tell he's probably a drug addict, and then her dad's gonna get mad at that. Blah blah blah. She just didn't want to deal with that because she was
You're a pussy.
Walt buys a bunch of wood, cuts it all the wood, and then he tells Walter Jr. he's got rot, and now they're fixing it all down below.
I would not do that.
Yeah, no, I'd let the house fall apart.
Yeah.
But then Skylar asked Ted about an account in his book. I thought this is when she was gonna ask him if all his books are cooked, but
Yeah.
she starts.
It's the beginning.
Yeah, she starts crying about Walt. That he's not getting better. It's just like a dark
I thought she
tunnel.
was crying because his books were cooked. I was like, Jesus, he's really upset.
But yeah, she kind of complains about Walt there. And then Walter Jr. and Skylar are eating. You can hear Walt doing her prayers. He comes up, oh, I'm gonna get some toast. And she's like, you going to work today, honey? He's like, Skylar, there's rot.
Did you notice in that scene at one point Walt Jr. like starts laughing, and then
Oh, really?
Then Walt walks away, and then he's got this serious look on his face. He's like,
So there was a cut there.
Yeah.
For him? That's funny. I didn't catch that. Jesse's smoking meth, and then a drawing of Apology Girl flies under the window. Door. He looks at it, he gets a little smile, and he's like, all right, me and Jane are back in business.
Here comes the heroin.
Now he's Jane's boy. Dun, 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 dun. You didn't appreciate that?
That was stupid.
Skylar knocks her pens purposely on the floor
Have you met Ted?
to get Ted back in there so she can take him to Pound Town. And then Walt goes back to the hardware store. He catches some dude buying supplies to cook meth. And
I like how he's helping him in
and
the
he's
store.
like, hey, no, those ones don't have phosphate gas, and you want this and that, and don't buy everything at the same place. Go here, blah, blah. Like, he's just going on and on and on.
The guy just runs out
And
scared.
the guy's like, he's like a DEA agent. This is a weird approach. Runs away. And then he's in line, and he gets like he's like, you know what? I'm staying in the business. And he walks out the front door and tells the guy to keep out of his territory.
Some big dude.
Yeah, and the guy's like, okay. And goes inside.
I wonder what will happen next episode.
So in the same episode, like 2 episodes, he's like, I'm out. I'm back in.
Yeah.
And that's Walt for you.
Yeah. Took some balls to tell those two guys to get out of his territory. He's
Yeah,
just standing there.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of confidence now that he's taken down Tuco, Crazy 8, Emilio.
Yeah.
So I mean, he has a little too much confidence.
Yeah. A little too much. But
So the next time we do this podcast, which is Friday, I believe, we record it. You guys don't get to see it till Saturday.
wow.
We'll get introduced to Gus, and then also be done with season 2.
So we're gonna do Tres Hombres.
Yeah, we'll do Tres Tronpres.
Excuse me.
You heard me, pal.
Wendy.
That's not the button I thought.
You
I
always like go nuts at the end. I
Why
hope.
don't you just fucking die already?
I hope no one
Where's
knows
my
it.
money, bitch? I'll blow fish.
Really pulling out like a girl.
Bitch.
But yeah, so we're doing 3 episodes next week. So watch 3 episodes, or you'll be confused and you won't know what the hell's going on in this podcast.
I know the last episode's called ABQ.
What's that stand for?
Antonio Brown, and then he gets married to a girl named Quest.
Oh, okay. You know what? Even all my fuck ups, this was our shortest one yet.
Man, you got a lot of shit to cut out of this one.
Maybe. I got lazy and it's all in there. Who knows?
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Any thoughts you have, anything, whatever you're thinking right now, just comment it.
It's like, are zebras real? Mescal.
Mescal. Mescal?